What up, fight fans? It's your main man, made man, live in full effect, and y'all know how we get down on this channel. We talking boxing. Now, before I get into the title of the video, let me first off start by saying we have a big fight on the horizon coming up this weekend. Looking forward to it as well. Danny Garcia versus Mauricio Herrera. Now, a lot of people are not really talking much about this fight because it seems to be a lot of people are accepting this is going to be a sure win for Danny Garcia. Now, I am on record on this program stating that I believe that Danny Garcia will be the future, possibly the future of boxing. He's already dominated pretty much the 140 division. He's unified the belts. It's just a matter of time before he possibly moves up to 147. But a lot of people are not basically talking about this fight because it's seemingly to be a possible shoe-in for Danny Garcia. Now, Mauricio Herrera is a man who also beat Ruslan Provetnikov, and Ruslan Provetnikov is well known and well established to be a hard puncher. Matter of fact, one of today's boxing's hardest punchers. He's also viewed to be one of boxing's top contenders. So, for a man who's beaten him, this is the man that Danny Garcia is stepping into the ring with. I don't think he should overlook nor take lightly by any means. Now, this fight will not be on pay-per-view, thank God, so we get to watch this on the comfort of our own home on Showtime. So we are looking forward to seeing this fight. Now, this fight is specifically made to market Danny Garcia to the Puerto Rican audience, in which, will increase his visibility, which will increase his profits, so on and so forth, popularity, so on and so forth. So this is a pretty much good fight for up-and-coming, for Danny Garcia, who's looking to really have his name in the lights and really get out there as a well-known established boxer. So I think this is a great step for him. But very much looking forward to this fight. I'm going to go on record right now and predict an easy win for Danny Garcia, given how styles make fights. I think Danny's style, which is definitely based on power, working behind that left hook, is going to dominate Herrera's come forwardness, and it's definitely going to test his chin. So we're going to look forward to that match. I think Danny Garcia is going to pull it out, and it's great. It's going to be great to see the future of Danny Garcia, what the future holds for him. Now, moving on, Manny Pacquiao and Timothy Bradley 2. Very, very good fight that's on the horizon. It's always great to see two elite fighters, I guess you want to say, that doesn't mind getting in the ring with each other. Not once, but twice. This is the story of Manny Pacquiao. This is a man who has never not taken on all comers. He takes on all comers. This is honestly, in my opinion, which separates him from Money Mayweather. Not Pretty Boy, but Money Mayweather, is that he takes all comers that his promotional company can provide for him. Everyone knows about the Cold War. Golden Boy's not fighting the top rank guys. The top rank guys not fighting the Golden Boy guys. The HBO fighters are not fighting the Showtime fighters. Whatever, man. You know what I mean? So this is possibly the best fight that he can possibly get at this point in time, other than the fact if you want to give him a Marquez 5 fight or a Ruslan Provetnikov fight, which can be possible, but these two are sparring partners and they know each other very well. So I'm pretty sure the promotional company is not anxious to make that fight either. But anyway, the first fight between Timothy Bradley and Manny Pacquiao, very extremely controversial. Now, I am on record also stating that if you look at that first fight, you turn down the volume, you just look at it in your zone. I came out Timothy Bradley winning the fight by 1 round. I mean, I think Timothy Bradley fought a good boxing match, given the fact that he did not have no ankles or no feet and things of that nature. But, I thought he pulled it out by the skin of his chinny chin by just a small, razor-thin small margin. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, a lot of people think that Manny Pacquiao won the fight and he was robbed from it on the first fight. It was very, very controversial. But I think that on boxing skill-wise, honestly, I think Pacquiao was a bit outboxed in that first fight. Most people probably would not agree with me, but I challenge you to go back and watch that fight. Turn the sound down because Sicebox fucking, the commentator, Sicebox, he was hyping the fucking fight the entire time, and things that wasn't even really landing flush. It was hitting a lot on Timothy Bradley's arms. A lot of Pacquiao punches was just off. He was just missing a lot. And I thought if there's even a video surfacing on YouTube, and some guy slowed down, the areas where Pacquiao and Bradley kind of had confrontation. And he slowed down, and he was showing how a lot of Pacquiao punches were just missing Timothy Bradley, or they were hitting Timothy Bradley on the arms. It was rare, honestly, that Timothy Bradley was really, really getting hit flushed, you know what I mean? He started to get hit flush more so towards the end of the fight. But like I said before, I mean, I thought boxing wise, scoring points wise, and things of that nature, you have to give it to Timothy Bradley, and that's coming from a guy who had no freaking ankles. I mean, this guy, after he fought Pacquiao, man, shit, man, he was wheelchaired out of that place. I mean, he really took a beating. But fact of the matter is, Timothy Bradley is a warrior. He is a known warrior. You know what I mean? So it's going to be very good to see the fireworks that's going to be produced in this second fight. You know, Manny Pacquiao seems to be established. A lot of people are saying that Pacquiao's killer instinct is possibly in question, and Pacquiao may not, you know, he comes to the ring with the Bible and things of this nature, so he's like a religious guy now and things of that nature. I think it's all crap. That's just me. I think it's all a bunch of bullshit. I mean, people do not know that prior to Pacquiao adopting the image of this religious guy, you know, Pacquiao had a real fucked up personal life, you know what I mean? Like, he was fucking around on his wife, and he had like an American wife and a Filipino wife. He even had him at the fight at the same time at one time. You know, he was a partier, he was a singer, he was an actor, he was a congressman, he was this, he was that, he was this, blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm not saying you cannot see the error of your ways and kind of straighten up and you can get on the right path. That does happen, but I just think in the sport of boxing, you know, promotional companies are going above and beyond today to craft the image of a lot of fighters, and I think this is the image that they feel best associates with Pacquiao, given the devastation that his country just had, and you know, a lot of the fans kind of went against him after the Marquez fight or whatnot, which I totally didn't, because he was actually winning the fight up until that point. But, you know, once again, Manny Pacquiao is definitely going to have to come into this second fight with Timothy Bradley on his shit, man. I mean, the first time I thought Pacquiao was on his shit, I just thought he just lost by a razor-thin margin. But the fact is, he's got to come in here now extremely more on his shit. I'm not even saying he has to go for a knockout. That's not a big deal. But he definitely has to win this fight with Tim Bradley. A lot is riding on this fight with Tim Bradley, possibly his future, because we've always associated Manny Pacquiao as being a very, very elite fighter. With this loss to Timothy Bradley, that can possibly easily be diminished. I mean, he survived it after the Marquez fight, after the performance he put on with Brandon Rios. But the fact is, you know, a loss to Timothy Bradley, especially a decisive loss or a knockout loss, would do extreme damage to the career of Manny Pacquiao. You know, I think the Floyd fight would definitely be out the window. I don't think there's no chance of it anyway, but hoping that it still is a loss, or especially a knockout loss to Timothy Bradley, can fuck all that up, you know what I mean? But, you know, that's the way it goes. Now, Timothy Bradley, I don't think, has really no pressure to knock out Manny Pacquiao as well, given that he won the first fight, coming off a very impressive victory against Juan Manuel Marquez, which he outboxed Juan Manuel Marquez, in which I thought he outboxed Manny Pacquiao. He also survived the wrath of Ruslan Provodnikov, in which he outboxed him also for roughly about 9-10 rounds, before towards the end, Ruslan really started to put that extra pepper on his punches, you know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is that Timothy Bradley has been outboxing his last 3 to 4 opponents. And this is something that honestly is associated with Tim Bradley. He's not a big knockout artist. His knockout percentage is not that high. But the fact of the matter is, he is a boxing mind. He definitely knows how to work the ring. This is a man who also has the heart of a warrior, has the heart of a champion. Putting him on the floor is no easy task for any fighter, you know what I mean? So he's also undefeated. He doesn't even know how the defeat tastes. So this is, you know, Manny Pacquiao has his work cut out for him. Not to mention, this is the honestly first black fighter I think Manny Pacquiao has fought quite some time. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's a big deal to most people, but, you know, Manny Pacquiao is fighting, like I said, the black. Prior to Timothy Bradley, I think the last one was Sugar Shane Mosley. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was Sugar Shane Mosley, but I owe Sugar Shane Mosley. But the fact is, this is something else that we have to see that Manny Pacquiao, how will he deal with? Because black fighters usually come more a bit crafty. They do certain movements. And if you don't believe me, just listen to Bernard Hopkins. He can tell you better than I can. But it's going to be interesting to see this, you know, Manny Pacquiao to go back up against the Tim Bradley for redemption. I mean, this is definitely going to be. Now, I thought the Marquez thing really set Pacquiao back, but I don't think that's a deciding factor on how good of a fighter that Manny Pacquiao is, given he was winning that fight up into that lucky punch that I called it, because, hell, Marquez swung that punch with his freaking eyes closed, so don't tell me that wasn't luck, you know. But the fact of the matter is, this is going to be a great fight. This is a fight that the fans want to see. As the date gets a little more closer and closer, I will make more videos pertaining to this fight. The sit down with Max Kellerman is on the horizon. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Like I said before, I'm not tripping off if Pacquiao has this so-called killer instinct or not. That's not a big deal for me. Pacquiao just needs to get the victory. You can sell the victory however you want, but you have to get a victory, because the Brandon Rios victory did not do nothing but just keep the fact of keeping you in the elite conversation. You know what I mean? Losing again to another elite fighter, then that may do serious damage to Manny Pacquiao's career. Now, he wants to come in, like I said before, you know, I'm not falling for the whole religious imagery. I think that this is something that he had to do to try to win the hearts and minds of a lot of his fans back, because he was really getting, you know, his skirt started showing. He really started getting condemned towards the end, you know, all the crap that he was doing, not to mention the IRS problems. You got to give a special thanks to Bob Arum for that, because it's amazing how a lot of his fighters, people don't know, have IRS problems. But like I said before, looking forward to this fight. This is going to be a definitely test of wits for both men. I am not ready to make a prediction on this fight, but yet and still, it's going to be great to see how these two men come out and square off against each other. Not to mention, these two men have a lot of respect towards each other, which I think is also good, and this makes for good fights. I have a lot of respect for these men as well. So before I sign off, let me just say one more thing to all you fight fans out there. Anybody who want to get at your boy, come see me. I'm on the Xbox 360 for Fight Night Champion. My gamer tag is MadeMan511. Once again, that's MadeMan511. Anyone want to jump out there and fuck with your boy on that Fight Night Champion, be my guest. Come see me. Send me the request. I'll be graciously to accept. To the next video. Also, subscribe. Check me out on Facebook. I'm at MadeMan4Real. Check me out on Twitter. I'm at MadeMan511, just like my gamer tag on the Xbox 360. All right. Now, to the next video, it's your main man, Made Man, live in full effect, and I'll check y'all on the next one. Peace out.